now I'm going to start back up again. So welcome to part 2. In this part, we've met Sephiroth. We've sort of met Aerith. She hasn't fully introduced herself yet to Cloud, but she gave him a flower. We've seen Sephiroth. When Sephiroth tells Cloud things like, you know, you're too weak to save anyone, not even yourself, as someone with a disability, I'm like, that's like the negative side of my self-esteem talking right there, about how because of my physical ailments, I'll never be strong to accomplish anything. And so that's one of the reasons why I picked this game, is like Sephiroth is like the perfect voice of like weakness, insecurity, and all the negative side that comes with having a disability. And because Cloud is literally seeing him in like hallucinations, it's kind of like a physical embodiment of the lack of confidence and you know, kind of those inner voices telling you that you'll never be anything but your disability. You'll never be anything more than someone who's just in and out of the hospital, who can't do anything, you can't have a good life, you can't enjoy yourself. You're just gonna get sicker and sicker as you go on, so there's no point in enjoying the time you have now. So I'm running around Levelwood Street. I took out the Shinra troops, I grabbed a materia, but I don't have an accessory yet to equip it, so I don't think. Let me check the menu. So when I check my menu, I go to equipment, Cloud. Do I have? I don't. Yep, no, I don't have anything yet. So I go down the alley that Aerith ran down, which goes towards the train station. There's a chest and some boxes, but then I go through to the gate. And the captain of the Shinra division that's guarding this particular segment of the city is right outside the station. So Cloud's like, yeah, no, not gonna do that. So we got more Shinra troops. They're just walking through the streets. These are the streets that were shown in the intro video, you know, with all the businesses, the cars that look like they're out of the 1950s. You know, now there's not that many regular people around, and there's soldiers everywhere, and guard dogs too. So I got, you know, I'm going off to the side here because there's a chest. I'm going to use fire magic here to take out this dog. Cloud just leveled up. He's now level 9. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. You know, the chest is in like a weird spot. Now I'm walking into, like, this is like the main square of this particular area. There's a fountain in it. It's surrounded by, you know, restaurants and stuff like that. And there, you know, there's some soldiers waiting for me. And Shinra just tried to attack the square to get me, so the fountain's like all ruined now. So there's a helicopter overhead that's got reinforcements in the drop to try to get me. You know, I'm running around this square area, and they're dropping off the regular security troops, but they're also dropping off grenadiers. These guys shoot, you know, grenades from a distance. They have a lot lower defense, but if they do manage to hit you, they do a lot more damage than the regular Shinra troops. So now they've just dropped off a pair of the shock troopers, the ones that have the blue jumpsuits and the claws that dodge a lot of stuff. So I just hit one with fire, which took about half his health away. That's typically the easiest way to, you know, when you're dealing with high evade enemies, if you can kill at least one of them, then you can kind of, just through sheer force of will, take out the other one. And their stagger gauges go up pretty quick because they're just normal enemies. So now they just dropped off a different division. They bombed the far end of the plaza, so it's on fire, so I can't get out to the street, the direction I'm trying to go. Once I'm able to defeat these two grenadiers. The grenadiers have like more camouflage type outfits. All the Shinra soldiers, other than the shock troopers, though, use the same things. Cloud just noticed a ladder, so we're gonna take that up once I grab these potions over here. Up the ladder.
Over there!
They see us. They're elevators. That's the. Destroyed the ladder, but I got up on time, so it didn't matter. Getting out of the business district, heading into the residential area. Gotten away from the helicopter, and I've successfully gotten around the fire they set to try to steep me in, and now, so I'm facing security officers. I'm also facing riot troops, so, you know, if you've seen, like, police with riot gear, you know, they have big shields that they can use. The easiest way to take out riot troops is just to use magic. Takes them right out. Basically, I'm gonna fight my way through this street here. There's boxes with various stuff, chests, and so on and so forth, but the lights are mostly off. It's dark. It's a residential area, so there's not as many businesses about. But, we've got troops. They ambush me. I quickly take them out. I head down the street, and some soldiers emerge from behind a car. Take them out. Here comes some riot troops, so I'm going to use magic on them. Fire is AoE. The stronger the fire spell, the larger the AoE is, but also it takes longer to cast. AoE, area of effect. If you hit an enemy and there's another enemy, like, immediately right next to it. I just got a notice saying I'm low on HP, because it's the first time I've gotten that low. It says, use potions or you'll get a game over. So I haven't healed yet in these chapters, so I'll do that now. I got 33 potions, so I'm not hurting for healing materials, and this is a fairly short chapter. I've only got a couple more battles left, and then I've got a boss fight, and then I'm done.
Let's finish this.
So I'm facing two guard dogs and a riot trooper. So I'm gonna fire on this riot trooper here. It takes him right out. The dog tried to get me on the ground, but I dodged the attack. Cloud just leveled up again. I just staggered the dog, so I'm gonna take it out right now. I'm like on a street overlooking a train track, and the train track is like below the ground, because this is the train line that heads down to the ground level city. I'm still up in the air on top of this plate where all the wealthy people live, and there's a train. There's train lines that take you down to the undercity, is what they call it, So I'm walking along a street in a residential area, and across, next to me is like a train track, but it's like below me, because it's descending down. So this is towards the end of the chapter here. See a truck. For some reason, the Shinra troops don't get out of the truck, so I just grab all the stuff next to it. Take down these boxes. I'm getting more MP. Back. I see so I'm walking, and all of a sudden, a bunch of jeeps with Shinra troops come in front of me. truck I just passed pulls up, and a bunch of guys get out of it. Got grenade troops, riot troopers, regular Shinra troops. So, first thing I do is I take out the guys from the jeeps, which are like literally right in front of me. Take out the riot trooper. The riot troopers use, you know, like shock sticks, basically. So now the other group is coming after me, and in this case you have 2 regular soldiers, a grenadier, a shock trooper, and the captain of the division, known as the Huntsman. He's just a riot trooper that wears red and has a red shield instead of a silver and blue shield. His shield is silver and red. He's weak to fire. It says he's an elite trooper belonging to Shinra's Public Security Division, and is said to be the most dangerous of all of the regular Shinra troopers. He serves as a unit commander in the Sector 8 town area. So I've just pressured him. So I use focus thrust to try to get his gauge up. It went up a good chunk, but it's not all the way there yet. So he has his own attacks. He doesn't just use like regular attacks. So I just sometimes when bosses use an attack, they'll pressure themselves periodic short time. So I just used a bunch of fire spells on him, and another squad just shows up.
HQ, this is Sector 8, Unit 2. Target is surrounded. Moving to secure.
Wait! I know that.
Cloud has a slight headache when he hears his Shinra soldiers that they recognize him. Cloud did used to work for Shinra, and lo and behold, just on time, a train is going by, so Cloud just jumps right off the ledge on top of the train. This is a scene occurred in the original as well. Shinra troops are just watching, and they just bang their hand down.
Guess Cloud won't be joining us after all.
No need to assume the worst. I'm sure he's fine. You saw him in action, didn't you? Guy's a soldier. Goddamn one-man army.
You think he's a keeper?
You had me worried for a minute.
So the group's hiding out in a boxcar on the train heading down. Cloud just jumped in.
Giving public security the runaround. That's what. Had to draw them away from the station somehow.
Nicely done.
Well, can't argue with results, huh? What?
Wait. Got a question for you all.
What?
Ever been attacked by an invisible enemy?
What?
Wearing robes. Came and went like the wind.
Thought they were invisible.
They were, at first. Only saw them after she grabbed me.
A new Shinra weapon, maybe?
More like a panic-induced hallucination.
Never mind. Forget I said anything.
Suit yourself. Come on, let's move up.
A lot of people here.
And in the freight car, too.
Because of the evacuation.
So we're in the train. We're walking up through the freight car.
Head for the front of the train and hold that.
Explosion at Mako Reactor 1. An emergency schedule is now in effect. Your understanding and cooperation is appreciated.
So
Just want to get home.
now we're walking more into the passenger cars. It's packed. You know, it's the last train. This is the last train for the Sector 7 Undercity. So, you know, it's crowded. Cloud is trying to push his way through.
Stop them right now!
Wedge
Man, everyone's on edge.
talking to me.
Hey, Cloud.
If you're about to unburden yourself, stop.
Yeesh. You don't make it easy.
I wanted the train for Sector 2.
So
Hey, got a sec?
Biggs is talking to me.
Holding up pretty well, huh? Even after what we saw at the station and all over Sector 8?
I'm a soldier.
Wow. My hands are still shaking.
You get used to it.
Something to look forward to. Or maybe not.
Just leave me alone, alright?
So sometimes in games like this, you see cameo characters. The character who said to leave me alone is a secondary character that we'll see later on, and then also in Rebirth. For now, she's just in the background.
Little help, Cloud? Please? I can't stop thinking about it. The bomb I made shouldn't have produced an explosion that big. It doesn't make any sense.
The explosion triggered a reaction with the Mako. You said so yourself.
That was my first guess, but shouldn't the reactor have fail-safes to prevent that kind of thing? You mentioned invisible enemies back there, right?
Right.
No. I'm just looking for excuses for something that was clearly my own fault. Gotta own up to it if I'm gonna learn from this and move on. Thanks, Cloud. You're a good listener.
Cloud's just checked in with all three. Now we're into the next car, which is somewhat less packed.
What kind of maniacs would go so far as to bomb a reactor?
Got a couple Shinra employees here.
They've yet to announce it publicly, but I heard it was Avalanche's doing.
Really? Aren't they the terrorists who tried to kill the president?
Is there nothing they won't do? Hey, quit talking out your ass. Everyone knows Avalanche only cares about saving the planet.
Just who do you think you are?
A law-abiding, concerned citizen.
Law-abiding? Really?
Shh. Don't antagonize him.
In my humble opinion, that explosion was a message. A message to the bastards bleeding our planet dry. Think they got it? Heard it loud and clear? Y'all's masters?
So the guy who's about to recite the Shinra Creed is Shinra Middle Manager. He's like a recurring minor character who's really funny. Shows up throughout both Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth. Yeah.
We will not submit to intimidation or violence, but work together for peace and prosperity. That is how civilized people change the world.
That's right.
That is the Shinra Creed. Them's fighting words.
It's what we believe. We all have to follow our conscience, don't we?
We should go.
Right.
Barrett hates Shinra, so he's saying, you know, if you're going to recite the Shinra Creed, it's like a challenging him to a fight.
You hear that, suit? Shinra Creed my ass.
Now we got Jesse again.
Let's get this out of the way. Personally, I find visual aids make the dull stuff a lot more bearable. If it helps, think of it as an initiation rite.
How many times do I have to tell you people? I'm not...
There's such a thing as playing too hard to get. So, here we've got a wireframe model of the great city of Midgar, complete with massive steel plates suspended 300 meters above ground level. Atop which stands a shining beacon of civilization. The whole system is sustained by the Mako reactors, which feed the insatiable appetites of the public.
The train will be passing through an ID checkpoint shortly.
This here is the train's route. As you can see, it'll take us around this main pillar. Look, we're about halfway through it now. They've set up a checkpoint here to scan the IDs of all passengers heading in and out. Date of birth, residential status, criminal history, all that and more is automatically cross-referenced in their databases. Public security wouldn't have it any other way. Heads up. Don't worry. Our IDs are impeccable. What'd I tell ya? Have a little faith. Won't be long till we reach the bottom. Relax.
Take a good look. It's because of that great big pizza in the sky that people down there gotta struggle to survive. Shinra sucks up Mako while the soil turns to dust, the air fills with smog, and the flowers die.
Then leave and don't look back. That's what's always worked for me.
Well, that's all well and good. If you're only out for yourself. But the folks down there don't have the luxury of choice, you know?
Like this train, I suppose. There's only one way it can go.
The line from the original game. Something I think anyone who's been dealt a tough hand can relate to a conversation like that, where you feel like so much is predetermined, or like you're a train on tracks, you can't just change. And so this is the very beginning of chapter 3. It's called Home Sweet Slum. We're now back on the ground level. We can see the huge main pillar that holds up the Shinra building.
We are good.
Yes! Bombs detonated 1, members lost 0.
And one step closer to a brighter future.
Hell yeah!
Guys! Lower your voices, huh? People are listening. Now get some R&R. You've earned it. Just be ready for the next mission, all right? See you soon. At 7th Heaven. You know, where Tifa works. Don't keep her waiting. She'll worry.
So that's the end of chapter 2. Cloud fights his way through, and then he's kind of like, you know, whatever, just leave, don't come back. And Barrett's kind of, you know, giving him the reason why they fight. He's like, you know, not everybody can just run away from their problems. Some of us are stuck with, stuck in situations that we can't just easily leave. And, that's why he's fighting. So I'm going to save into a new slot here just for this one. Thanks for watching. We will be doing chapter 3 shortly. I'll be doing that either tonight or later this week. So I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and I hope having chapters broken down into chunks of 30 minutes or less, preferably like 15 to 25 minutes, is more manageable than a 50 to 90 minute thing, which could be, because some of the chapters get quite long. So thank you for watching my video.